Welcome, guys. I'm Cam.
I'm John.
And we're Global Mate.
Cuando yo te veo, aumenta el deseo de tenerte en mis brazos.
Welcome, everybody, to Will It Mate.
Episode number 1.
Today, we obviously, like always, have our normal mate, which we'll usually just put hot water or sometimes we'll put a little sugar in there just so it's not so bitter. And we'll always be testing out something else. And today, we're testing out
Mountain Dew. So let's get started there.
Yeah.
So we got the normal mate, regular blend, no flavor at all. And does the water have sugar in it this time or no?
Yeah, so I put a little bit of sugar and a little bit of lemon juice. That's pretty typical for mate. People usually just put a tiny bit of sweetener. Sometimes they'll use like an artificial sweetener and or just sugar. And so I put a little bit of sugar and a little bit of lemon juice in this. And then today we just used regular old yerba mate, and this is from Argentina. This is a pretty well-known brand over there in Argentina.
Tarahui.
Yeah. So there are a couple rules that, well, it really just depends on which culture you're in. But from how I was taught, one of the rules is that you always have to, when you start a cup of mate, which this is called a matero, you have to finish it. So you have to drink it all the way down, and then you'll fill it for the person that you're sharing it with, and then they'll do the same. So I'll start off, and I'll just take the first sip on camera. No pressure.
No pressure. Don't mess this up, Cam. We're trained professionals, so just kidding. You can try this at home. Like, mate is good for anyone. Just do for fun.
Yeah, so like all of you guys know, it's a pretty bitter drink. It's pretty strong, especially the first cup, so it's pretty bitter, but honestly not too bad. I've had mate that's a lot more bitter. That's pretty hot. I'm gonna go ahead and pour John a cup of mate.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's exciting, right?
These cups, they're called the materos. So these cups I got in Chile, but you can get them here in the United States just on Amazon. Is the best place to get them. You can get them pretty cheap. And also these straws that have a little filter on them, kind of to give you a reference, they have this little filter on them that makes it so the leaves don't get sucked up into your mouth, because that wouldn't be very pleasant. A little close up for you guys. But yeah, so I actually just got this little pack on Amazon.
I'll show like the close up of like what it looks like. So it's just a bunch of leaves in there, and then there's the water.
And one thing to be weary of, mate has lots of caffeine. Well, it's actually, I'm not sure the exact name of it, but it's basically natural caffeine, but it will give you a boost of energy. Some people feel restless or kind of jittery after drinking it, and especially if you're drinking for the first time, you might feel those kind of jitters, but after a while, you'll start to get used to it.
Feeling it
John,
out. Oh my gosh.
John's gonna have to, can we get the EMT?
Okay.
So should we go ahead and,
Let's try out the Mountain Dew. And we'll save this one for later. Because like you can drink it like a bunch of times before the like leaves lose the flavor, so.
yeah, you could even stick it in the fridge and drink it in the morning. It's usually pretty good for a good little bit. But just as a disclaimer, don't try this at home because this already has tons of caffeine, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put more caffeine into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll let you, John, try this one first.
Okay.
Since I have the first take of the regular mate. So it's bubbling a little bit, so I'm gonna wait a little bit.
This is like cold Mountain Dew, right?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
cold Mountain Dew.
So that's another thing to mention. Like mate usually is hot, but in like some countries like Paraguay and stuff, they drink this thing called tereré, which is like mate but with super cold water or juice. And so this is kind of like tereré with Mountain Dew, because it's gonna be like a cold experience, more refreshing instead of like, you know, comforting and stuff. So, all right, should I just go on ahead and try it?
Go ahead and go for it.
Yeah,
Give
let's
us
see
your
how this
first
goes.
impression.
I didn't get like barely any oil.
Oh, is it mostly bubbles or air?
Because it's like caffeinated, so it's like, yeah, the air, like,
Gotcha.
there's like a bunch of bubbles in the straw, but. And I can't really taste the mate, it just tastes like Mountain Dew.
Really?
Yeah. So that's weird.
It sounds like you're sucking up a lot of bubbles. It sounds weird.
That's what it feels like too. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like different.
It's almost like it had a weird reaction with the mate leaves because I noticed there was a ton of like almost foam at the top. I'll go ahead and try some and then
When I,
maybe I'll let
drink
this
it?
one sit for a little. Oh,
Woo!
and that's exactly what I was talking about. Good thing that didn't overflow.
That's
That I
close.
guess that kind of gives a good visual for you guys.
Mhm.
What's kind of happening. I don't want to touch it. This is kind of a no-no. So if you're ever at a mate party, a mate party, I wouldn't recommend this. But yeah, there's definitely some like.
A bunch of bubbles in there. Wait, so you're not supposed to touch mate at a mate party?
Well, you
Like,
just don't
touch
want
the earbud?
You just don't want to mix it around. Like some people, the first time they'll grab the straw and they'll
Like,
start mixing around, which is kind of a no-go because that'll make that particular bowl really strong, but then the ones after it won't be very strong. So yeah, I taste the Mountain Dew, but it just tastes like a really bitter Mountain Dew. It's pretty gross, if I'm going to be honest.
yeah.
It's not a pleasant taste by any means.
Like the two flavors don't go well together.
Not at all. And the other thing to note, when people are taking tereré, which yerba mate is the actual leaf, and like John was saying, the tereré is the style of which they take it when they put it with like cold lemonade or cold water. This Mountain Dew was cold, but it's not super cold, so it kind of has that weird. I think you have to either have it hot or really cold.
Really cold, yeah, like ice cold. Like
In between is kind of weird, and I think that's kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, it's pretty terrible if I'm going to be honest.
yeah, it looks gross too. Look at that.
Yeah,
That
go
looks
ahead and show the
disgusting.
camera. Like, that looks like it has some disease. And to contrast that, let's go ahead and pour some more into the control cup.
Yeah, this is all very scientific. We got the control group, and then we got the
Now this is what.
independent variable and stuff.
So even though this is a little bubbly, this is kind of what it's supposed to look like. Can you see that in the camera?
Yeah, move it that way a little bit though. There we go. Yeah, so this one, yeah, you can see the bubbles make it all like weird.
That looks like Shrek. Yeah, I don't like that. Looks like Shrek's skin. It's really gross.
Oh man, I'm just gonna try.
And this is amazing.
Yeah, that's not good, man.
So, will it mate?
No,
It
it
won't.
doesn't. It will
Like-
not mate.
We have my wife's lovely hydro flask that she donated to the show. She recently passed away in a horrific bicycling accident. Just kidding. She's alive and well. Shouldn't joke about things like that. But yes, she did donate that. That was not a lie. Since we have no fans, like usually this would be like maybe where we'd answer some questions from the comment section. So we're gonna pretend like we've maybe had some comments, and like we're gonna maybe answer some of those questions.
Do you want to answer that one, Ken?
I'll go ahead and just say mate poops are real, and they will come for you. If you drink mate, you will poop. And you know that might scare some of you. For me, that's amazing. You know, when I feel a little bloated after dinner, or when I kind of have, you know, I can feel something's off my stomach, I drink myself a cup of mate, and I'm on the toilet in 15 minutes. And it's not an uncomfortable bowel movement by any means.
Now, let me tell you, for me personally, it actually doesn't affect me too much, but energy drinks in general don't really do much for me. Like, the first time I took a Red Bull, I saw like colors like more vibrantly for like 2 minutes, and then after that, I was like, wait, that was it? And like, didn't really do much.
Yeah, if I drink it too close to bed, I'll just, it's not that I feel like super like jittery or crazy. More than anything, like my mind isn't ready for sleep. I'll find myself just kind of laying there without like, I just don't really have the desire to sleep. And it's keto friendly. So for all you weird dietitianists or
Weird
vegans, you know.
Wait, so you're saying this doesn't have gluten or like meat?
Has no gluten, has no beef.
What does it have?
Let's go ahead and read off some of the ingredients.
Dude, look how many ingredients that thing has. Wait, are those all ingredients?
No, I think that's like where they sell it.
Oh, just kidding. I was like,
There's only 30 calories for 14 cucharitas. So you're gonna be a-okay. You know, if you're worried about your weight, or if you're in that, you know, area of your life where you're feeling a little insecure about your body, this is gonna be just fine for you.
it's gonna help you out.
Go ahead and grab yourself a bag on our website.
Yep. Amazon.com, our website.
My name is Jeff Bezos. No, just kidding. I'm Cam,
I'm John.
and we're Global Mate. Or Global Yerba. Or something. We haven't come up with a name yet. But we're, and then we're gonna put in the name right there.
We'll like dub it in or something. Sounds good. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe.
Smash that like button. Hit that bell notification.
So comment down below every question you have about mate.
We'll answer it. Because we don't get very many questions, so
We'll answer
I
every
guarantee
question.
we'll answer your question.
Yeah.
Smash that like button. Follow, subscribe. Boosh.